behind us.
It's like a giant green screen.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. What would you want behind you on a green screen?
Oh, some sort of mayhem.
Yes, well, that's us. We're all mayhem. That's why we do the show. Get it out of our system and keeps us out of jail. So, anyway, you're well into the tour now?
Yeah, we're about a weekend.
A weekend?
Yeah, tonight's our seventh show.
Seventh show. And you're doing all the songs from Operation Mindcrime,
We are.
plus some others as well?
Plus some others as well.
Nice. And this lineup that you have is a pretty strong lineup from what I understand.
Yeah, very strong, yeah.
Yeah.
Having a great time, actually.
Are you? Good.
A lot of laughs, and it's a good bunch of people. Most of these guys I've known for 30 plus years.
Wow.
So it's really cool finally making music with some of them, because we've been talking about it for a long time, you know. Yeah. And this is the first time it's ever, come to fruition. So
Right.
very cool. I'm really having a great time. I think everybody in the band really is too. And I think that carries out into the audience. The audience seems to be responding really well.
And it seems like you're playing to a whole new generation, because the fans that you had that had children are coming to those shows with their parents as well.
Yeah, I think people are probably under the idea that this might be the last time they see Operation Mindcrime live.
Yeah.
Because we're all, honestly, all getting up there in age, now, and.
Well, you still look young, Geoff. So.
I feel pretty good.
And the way you're on stage, from what I understand, you're moving around like a young guy.
I feel pretty good right now.
That's good.
I might feel worse tomorrow.
Do you
After tonight's show, I don't know.
Do you find time at all when you're on tour to work out, or do you do anything?
You have to.
Yeah, a lot of bands do. So yeah, you look in great shape.
Yeah, you have to do that, especially at my age.
Yeah. Like I said, you don't look that old, and we don't talk about age on this show. My grandfather time here, I knew Lazarus, so.
I just became a grandfather for the second time last week.
Me too, a couple weeks ago. Little Dexter, what's his name? Or her name?
Shh. Her name is Isla.
Isla.
Isla. Means island in Spanish.
Oh, sweet, sweet. So do you still live in Seattle?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Great place to be. Heck of a music community.
Yeah, it's a really cool city. There's a lot going on. It's kind of a cultural melting pot.
Right.
A lot of different, people from different parts of the world have gathered together in this place, and it's a technology center.
It is.
A lot of stuff going on in that field.
Right.
And that affects music and art as well.
Right.
And it's a place where I think there's a lot of leniency towards people living their own life and being who they want to be. Not a lot of conformity in Seattle, which is really nice.
Okay, very cool.
So you can be yourself and you don't get hassled.
Nice. And I understand you just recently released a solo effort?
I released a solo album called Kings and Thieves last summer.
Last summer.
Yeah, summer.
Yeah, that's still recent.
Yeah,
it's under a year.
Yeah.
So the labels will push it for 8 months and call it new. So
yeah, that's fine. I wish they'd keep pushing it forever.
Yeah. Are there any songs on there that's getting airplay?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Do people even listen to radio anymore?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
You have a strong radio station in your city?
Well, we have the Frank Show.
I was on the Frank Show this morning.
Were you really?
I like Frank.
Frank's a cool dude. He's a great photographer as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
He doesn't look how he sounds.
I know.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, none of us really look like our voice.
Thank goodness.
People still remember you with hair down to your rear end.
Oh yeah. Well, I've had long hair, I've had short hair, I've had in between, and I've had shaved.
Right. So if somebody wanted to go pick up your solo release, where could they go, Geoff?
I have no idea.
iTunes, obviously.
Probably there, yeah.
Yeah. And you do have a GeoffTate.com.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's where they could get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Glad I thought of it.
Yeah, me too.
And I've been there a few times. I remember shooting you the first email, and you were going, "Oh wow, it sounds like fun," And then I got an email from Jeff Albright, and I'm glad we could work it out, because Queensryche to me is one of the most influential bands of our day. You know, that's musically, I mean, I've listened to all your music and I've never really heard a weak song or a mediocre song. I mean, they've all been top. I mean, top of the shelf there. And if you guys ever do a best of, I can imagine it'd end up being 10, 12 discs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you know, that whole best and worst thing is, it's also subjective.
Yes,
you know,
it is, depending on the
people's tastes
person.
and
Right.
their lifestyle and their intelligence level, you know.
Right.
And you can't dictate that. I suppose not, yet. You think we'll ever get to a point where they start testing people's IQs and not allowing them to do certain things in society based upon the
Well, they
score
do
they
that
get?
in other countries. I suspect that
You
eventually.
think we'll ever get to that point?
Maybe.
I wonder if that'd be a good thing or a bad thing.
I think it would be a bad thing because in other countries, I won't bring any country up, you know, diss them. But, you know, it's like they decide at a very early age what that person is going to be for the rest of their lives, and that person's kind of like thrown into it. So, and that may not necessarily be what that person, you know, really loves to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm not just a cog in the wheel.
That's right.
I'm something more.
I can do more than hold a wrench. Come on, you know. So I mean, that's the way it was for me. You know, I got pushed into one area, you know, acting, and my love was always music. And have you done much acting at all? Or
A little bit.
You think that's something that when it's all said and done, that you'll go right into an acting career?
I doubt it.
No?
I doubt it. No. It's fun.
It
and
is.
It's a lot of work and very challenging.
Yeah.
You know, at least what I've done. I found it to be quite an interesting experience. I like the learning aspect of it because with each film you do, you have to learn a specific skill or a certain way to be.
Characters.
And so it kind of expands your mind a little bit. You know?
It does.
I had to learn how to, you know, throw a punch and take a punch and break through walls and roll and fall down and things like that. Stuff you naturally do as a kid. You know, that you forget.
Yeah, I still fall down a lot, so I'm like a
how to hold a
perpetual
knife,
kid.
you know, how to do
Yeah.
knife tricks and things like that.
Did you ever have to do any wires?
Any what?
Wires? You know,
No,
where you
not
bounce
yet.
around?
Never done anything like that. I've been tied up,
Yeah, me too, but not in the movie.
but that was in this
Yeah.
club in New Orleans.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. Yeah. So yeah, it's amazing that you're doing the tour, Operation Mindcrime. Like I said, it's one of our favorite albums on the show, and you're definitely one of our favorite acts to follow. And
Thank you.
and you've done so much for the music business in such a long time. You know, I don't want to really date your age, you know, but I mean, like I said, you're feeding off of younger generations now who are getting a chance to find out about Geoff Tate and Queensryche.
Well, you know, I always thought it was really important to see bands and artists that you admire
Right.
before they're all gone. You know, I started doing that, I guess, back in the '80s, and I'm glad I did because a lot of people are gone now. You know,
Right.
I was lucky to see. But you know, artists and musicians, they don't last forever. So it's if you really like somebody's music and what they do, I highly recommend going and seeing them live.
Yeah,
You know?
support them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the live experience is so much more than what you see on YouTube.
Right.
YouTube is kind of like the lazy person's entertainment channel, you know, when it comes to music, I think.
Right.
You know, you're not going to get the live experience from a YouTube video at all.
No.
You know, part of the whole live experience is being there, being, you know, shoved up against thousands of other people, and you're all singing and chanting the same thing, and it's a practice that goes back to our roots as human beings, you know,
Right.
gathered around the fire, beating on logs. It's a communal thing, you know.
It is.
And you
It
cannot
is.
capture that digitally
You can't.
and watch it, you know, in your own home. You know,
No,
you've
that's
got to
it.
go there. You got to live it, breathe it, sweat, bleed, whatever it takes, and that's part of the experience, and that's part of the beauty of it all.
That's one of the drawbacks, I think, with trying to film a live show.
Mhm.
It's hard to capture, you know,
Yes.
and translate it to the audience. So, but you seem to have done it pretty well. I mean, I watch live footage of Jet City Woman when you had really long hair, and it's still as awesome today as it was.
You wish I
back
had
then.
really long hair still, don't you?
Well, no, I wish I had
keep
really
bringing that
long
up.
hair still, you know? I mean, we both are low on the hair thing, but you look really good. You look amazingly good.
This is the only hair I have on my whole body.
Yeah. Thanks for that information. That's
Just let
quite
me
a
know.
visual for the crowd. Yeah. So you're doing the Operation Mindcrime tour. How long are you going to be on this
I
tour?
don't even have any hair on my toes. Or fingers.
No, were you born that way, or
No, I
you
just
just
groomed
shave your
myself
knuckles
that way.
Oh, okay, all right.
Today.
It's starting today.
Because I had a day off yesterday.
Ah. So
That's sometimes been.
how many shows are you doing on this tour?
I don't know. A lot. You know,
Wow.
the tour's kind of broken up into legs.
Right.
And this first leg is about 3 weeks. I think we have 10 days off. Then we go out for like 8 dates in May. And then in June we kick off and hit it really hard and heavy throughout the rest of the year.
Right. Do a lot of festivals, things like that.
Yeah, and touring like this too. We're
Good.
going to hit more places in the States and head over to Europe and beyond.
Yeah, I like this venue, and you seem to be packing the crowds in.
I've played here a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Malta's
eaten
a
at
nice
every
venue.
restaurant on the street.
Yeah.
Go to the music shop up the street, Chicago's
Right.
all the time.
Right.
They got this great little attic room
Mhm.
that they let me into, and I get to root around and play all the old saxophones they got in there. They got
Sweet.
stacks of them. You know, that some of them haven't been touched in like 20, 30 years.
Right.
So they're covered in dust and you don't even know what's in it. You get to open it up and see. It's like, oh my God, look at this.
Yeah.
1933, whatever.
So do you
It's
play a lot
fantastic.
of different instruments?
I play saxophone and I play trumpet and I play keyboards.
Anything like that did you do on your solo release?
Yeah.
Keyboards?
I play a little bit of keys on my solo
Yeah.
records, but